rescinded. He would have been the starting center. Instead, Jackson Hayes will be the starter at center from here on out. With Hachimura, Austin Reeves coming off a 45-point game on Saturday. For Utah, Collier, Clarkson, Lowry Markkanen, former All-Star, along with John Collins. Year 7 for Luka Doncic. The 3rd overall pick in 2018 by Atlanta, traded on draft night to Dallas. He'll turn 26 years old on February 28th. He's officially a Laker right now. And Markkanen will start defending Luka on the wing. Here's LeBron James. Lob for Hayes. James out of there with it after an empty possession for the Jazz. And here's Doncic driving, puts it up. Instead, it's a lob. And Hayes with the slam. We know how Luka loves to lob it to his friends.
Either guy gets downhill. If you've got shooting on the floor, the lob threat for these centers is going to go to another level for the Lakers.
Clarkson.
What he is as a player potentially, his ability to win in the future as the leader of your franchise. They're betting against that. Lakers bet on it.
Collins, beautiful move to the basket. And 5 quick. James hasn't taken a shot yet. Doncic has attempted 1. On the switch, Luka's got the big on him. Tries the 3. And hits it! The first of many to come for Luka Doncic as a Laker. And LeBron James has done many stops along the way. Here's James on the fadeaway. His first shot of the game. Another important acquisition by the Lakers made in December in a trade with the Nets. James driving on Kessler, the shot blocker, and James connects over it.
Kessler has to try to guard LeBron James at the top of the key. J.J. Redick said the switch factor is what he's going to be fascinated to explore with these two players.
Clarkson finishes in the lane. Doncic drives. Corner 3. Hachimura no good. Doncic there, cleaning it up inside for the basket. Deontay George leaves it for Collins for the hammer dunk. He's got 9 points. The fact that Gabe Vincent is healthy after missing most of last year with a knee injury, you have to think he's going to benefit from having James and Doncic on the floor together. Step back from Reeves from deep. And he cans a 3. Vincent hangs on with the slam. Hood, Shafino, and a pair of second-round picks were involved in the Luka AD deal. Another long jumper, this one by Vincent for 3, the 4th triple for the Lakers. And think about who he's second to for the 2nd straight year, by the way, and probably anybody other than Victor Wembanyama is going to be second for a long time. Because Wemby, he averages over 4 as James hits a 3. LeBron is off to a great start. 3 of 3 from the floor. The Lakers made, as we mentioned at the top of the show, what they thought was another trade right before the deadline, and an important trade. Mark Williams, a center from the Charlotte Hornets, as Reeves banks it in. James looking to take Kessler off the bounce, falling away, connects again over one of the top shot blockers in the NBA. Facial injury, had to take it off there, so playing without it. James no look down court. Hachimura lost it. And now Collier ahead of the pack, goes in for the easy lead at USC last year. Ronnie out tonight. Goodwin in the lane with a push shot. When he's willing, he's been a much better defender than he was early on in his career. 3-ball from Hachimura is good to beat the shot clock buzzer.
They're playing the long game right now for sure. A lot of picks over the next 7 years. 11 first-round picks in the next 7 years. This is the option they're going to take, and Will Hardy could be the guy to lead it.
So Doncic does the Dirk with Dirk in attendance after LeBron just did it. Now on the switch, Doncic fires to Finney-Smith. They were teammates for a few years in Dallas. Hachimura driving and finishing off glass.
Well, certainly Luka didn't have that luxury in Dallas at any time, and now they can play off each other. You see Luka again with a nice burst on the receive, getting to the other side of the rim.
It was packed about an hour before the game. Everybody watching Luka warm up. James has it knocked away by Collins. Markkanen in transition, lobs it up there for Kessler. Last time they were 13 over 500 was 2021. 4 years since they were this good as James trying to get out on Clarkson gives up a three.
Luka Doncic is going to feel a little bit playing alongside a presence like LeBron.
Markkanen's three, not there. Doncic fires down the court to James in stride. It rolls around and drops.
No one trying to be deferential out here, Dave. Everyone's trying to get their own game going.
And there were so many people as Doncic throws another lob to Jackson Hayes. Missed the first 3 games that since the trade from the Mavs to the Lakers due to that calf injury. On a minutes restriction, so to speak. Going to play about 30 minutes tonight. Another dunk from Hayes. That time the lob by LeBron. There were reports that even though the Jazz were part of the trade, that they actually didn't know the pieces that were involved in terms of the big names as Doncic scores and one. They've been in the play in the last 2 years, but they're 4 games removed from that right now. Collier, nice speed and the slam from Kessler.
Will Hardy was really pleased with.
Doncic couldn't make that as he was falling towards the baseline. Trying to finish through contact. Pull-up three from Clarkson. And then out of the All-Star break, the Lakers will take on the Hornets. They're 31-19 right now. James for three. LeBron James with 16 points. Second foul on Isaiah Collier. Doncic finds James. Hachimura corner three. It's good. Hachimura with his second three. Lakers trying to win their 6th straight, 10 out of 11. Air ball from Clarkson. Doncic quickly ahead, but the deflection, it still gets to LeBron. Downhill, scoop and score with the left off the window.
The entertainment factor every night that you watched him, and then in addition, everything he was doing in the community. No wonder why people in Dallas are hurting over losing a star player that seemingly was just getting ready.
All the talk there is they felt they could make a run at an NBA title this year, and that's why they made the deal as Markkanen gets the dunk in transition.
And he doesn't have to worry as much about setting the table for other people at that point. That's going to be fascinating. He never had that luxury in Dallas.
Good job on the glass that time by Kessler.
Ball handlers setting screens for each other to get switches where they can just attack.
And that's your 5-man right now, Rui Hachimura.
And I think you'll see a lot of that out of the Lakers, particularly since they didn't get an additional center at the deadline. You're going to see Jackson Hayes starting, but you're going to see this smaller lineup, I think, gives them defensive capability up the floor with size, which is not something they really have if Jared Vanderbilt's not available to them.
Right, you think of the line as James drills a three. Vanderbilt. Collins tried to finish there and couldn't. He's still down. Gets helped up from an official. Hayes in transition. Catches another alley-oop and dunks it. And playing only about a minute here in the 4th. Check in with George.
Dave.
3 guys, that have another year on their contract that will free up potentially $70 million of cap space. I mentioned earlier all of the first-round picks that they have.
3 of 28 from 3. Around 35% this year. Steal by Reeves. Fakes the lob and takes it himself for the layup. And a timeout.
And the shooting was really what wasn't there to make 1 for 7 from 3. Or he has a much bigger offensive night as Austin Reeves. Shows you a little what he's got. On the opposite side, for one of those 2 guys, that is really where this can become very difficult to defend the more they find that rhythm. And then you mix Austin Reeves into that as well when he's out there.
In this game to go with 7 rebounds in 17 minutes. He was a player that J.J. Redick kept mentioning. We were talking in pregame about the rotation.
Running through the Western Conference the way they're currently constructed than they were before the trade. That's the impact that I think Luka ultimately
will have. What about if Dallas is healthy? And we don't know that. A historic night here in Los Angeles. Immediately, just because of the name and what Luka Doncic has done already. He immediately joins the pantheon of great Lakers, and it feels like the possibilities for this year and beyond are endless with his talent and teamed with LeBron James. And George is with Luka.
Thanks, Dave. Luka, lots of anticipation and fanfare for your debut here with the Lakers. How did it feel to play in a Laker uniform?
Special, man. The way they received me, everybody, teammates, front office, everybody here. I heard a lot of noise when I was introduced. So I really appreciate it. It was a special moment.
What was the message from JJ, LeBron, and your teammates to you today?
Be you, simple, be you.
And we saw that Dirk Nowitzki was in the house here to support you today. What does that mean to have him here?
It means a lot. Great friend, great mentor. So it really means a lot that he was able to show up here. I'll see him now, but it really means a lot.
And then lastly, I know you guys still have to get comfortable with each other. Certainly it's only your first game. But how dangerous can this team be?
Very dangerous. I think the ball was moving very well on offensive end. I think we can lock down a lot of players. So I was just happy to be on the court again.
Luka, we were happy to see